Hello, everyone. Welcome and welcome back to my channel. So, a few days ago, I was on TikTok and I came across a young lady's video about delayed processing. And when I watched it, I was like, oh my gosh, yes, I know exactly what she's talking about because I've dealt with this before. And the young lady's name, her name is Layla Yasmin, but her TikTok handle is Layla Lives Here. Either way, she had a fantastic video, and I really recommend you guys look at her TikTok channel because she has a lot of great videos on there. So, you guys might be asking, what is delayed processing? Delayed processing is your brain's decreased ability to quickly make sense of information like words and informations you get from sights and sounds. So, that's like the term of this made simple. And they use this term a lot with individuals who are neurodivergent. But I feel like a lot of the time people do this in traumatic and stressful situations. And for me, this happens when I'm either experiencing something really great or when I'm experiencing conflict I wasn't prepared for. Like on the good side, I remember my boyfriend had surprised me to go on a trip I always wanted to go on. And I didn't really realize or get excited about it until after I had left. And I look back at the pictures I had took and I was like, holy bleep, I was just at this place I always wanted to go to. But my negative experience with delayed processing is a bit more complex. My whole life, I was raised to be very well mannered and kind. So whenever I would face conflict, I was taught to be the more mature person and to simply walk away. And this made me the perfect target in school because people knew I wouldn't say anything back. I thought that if I just ignored the disrespect or laughed with the person who was being mean to me, then eventually they will stop doing it. But we all know 9 times out of 10, that doesn't happen. The more disrespect you take from people, the more disrespect you allow, and the more disrespect you get used to. So then you find yourself in toxic friendships and relationships. It will be something that will continuously follow you around until you get the strength to finally say, no, I'm not dealing with that. And let me clarify this. Sometimes it's okay to walk away. Sometimes some battles we just can't fight alone, or else we will put ourselves in danger. But either way, most of the time, you should stand up for yourself and show that you don't allow disrespect, or simply just leave that environment, especially when you're an adult. I had to learn this the hard way when I started working. I went into the workplace very naive, thinking that everyone is just going to be super mature and positive, but nope. Being a pretty girl in the workplace, I didn't know what I was getting myself into, and I wasn't prepared to deal with shady managers and coworkers. I wasn't prepared to instantly fire back at people. So when my managers were super disrespectful and rude to me, I would just freeze up because I didn't know what to say. And then I would get angry about it weeks or even months later because I would think back to all the passive aggressive and shady behavior I ignored. And I'm like, wait a minute, they were being shady that whole time. And because I was so shocked, I did nothing to defend myself in that moment. And in these situations, it was obviously jealousy being the number one reason why people were being mean because everybody who was rude to me or whoever came at me was miserable and ugly. But also, number two, like, okay, I understand that sometimes we may have things that we need to work on, but that's why I lost weight and kept it off and I do my hair and my makeup. So I knew deep down that there's nothing wrong with me. The issue is these people who are rude to me. And dealing with that in the workplace, it brought me back to that place of being that shy little girl who was too nervous to do anything. So I had to teach myself to defend myself against disrespect immediately. And when I did, I could see the fear in these people's eyes because they weren't expecting to have someone check them. And isn't that crazy? I realized the reason why bad people are always in groups is because they are scared of having someone tell them the truth about themselves, which is why they never go for the loud girls or the loud ghetto girls. And let me clarify, ghetto can be any race because I know some people will twist that around, but they usually will go for a girl that's to herself because in their mind, they're thinking, hey, there's a person I can project onto, and they aren't going to say anything back to me that'll hurt my feelings. They're not going to let me know about myself. And this is why it's very important to always pay attention to who exactly is talking ish about you. Because you will notice that it's someone you would never ever want to trade places with. But because they have a group or they happen to be higher up in power, it can hurt and make you think these people are more important than they actually are, especially in the workplace. Some people do abuse their power, and some people will use lies to undermine you, especially if they're intimidated by you. It gives them a sense of power that they don't receive in their personal lives. So, yeah, that was all for my video today. And y'all let me know what you think in the comments below. I hope you all have a great day.